violent. Like, there's a lot of, like, stuff that goes on in schools that, like, I think teachers just brush off. Like, you go to school to learn, but you barely learn anything.
Like, you can look at someone the wrong way, and next thing you know,
you're fighting.
Yeah.
So it's not nothing anybody should have to live with. But I mean, like, people go around shooting people all day, every day here. They do whatever they want.
The violence and things, especially like fights and the non-communication with, you know, some of the teenagers nowadays. So I feel that some of the teenagers nowadays don't know how to communicate. Everything is just fighting.
How long you been here?
Since June. I've seen more here in a lifetime than I've seen in my whole life.
June, July, August, September.
Yep.
Been here 5 months. You haven't even been here half a year. You've seen all that.
It's different now because when I was growing up, you know, you just worried about bullies or, you know, the occasionally getting beat up once a here or there. But now they got gangs and they're shooting now. So
and the ages are starting younger and younger.
Yes, younger and younger.
One of our uncles died and the other one is still living.
One of my cousins died. Yeah, he got shot in his head.
I like the bad stuff to change.
Well, like what bad stuff?
Whatever is going on, anything, any killing, any shooting, any robbing, anything that's bad, I love for them to stop it because they don't need to be hurting nobody.
Well, I know it's gonna be hard, but the violence, like, it's just too much.
Do you feel like there's enough recreational activity outside of the classroom to keep them out of trouble on the streets?
I don't think so. I mean, you take your typical Saturday right now, you see where the kids are right now in the streets, and they're younger. When they get older, they're going to be right here on a Saturday in the streets, but they're going to be older, and it's a good possibility they'll be selling drugs and again. I mean, not to sound pessimistic, but that's just the way it is.
They are really lost. There's nothing out here for none of them to do. All they get to do is run up and down these streets all day long.
Educational programs for students at the school. There's too many kids out here running around and got nothing to do.
Like years ago, before I came to Sherman High, they had a lot of stuff for the kids to do. But now it's just like a lot of kids are not even really concerned about some of the stuff, like the clubs and things, or stuff for them to do after school, or or stuff like that.
First thing I think is education. I think they need to be a little bit more serious with education. I think have to tackle the problem with the youth, because from what I see, most of the problem stems from the youth. And if they had more programs that youth related, centered more around the youth, I think that would drastically change things a lot.
We talked to one lady in general, and she basically said the main problem is that the kids don't have anything to do. And here we're standing in this big old empty lot right here. Maybe there could be a play area or something. Yeah. Throw a ball around, kick a soccer ball, something.
Yeah, like this guy we talked to back in Trenton, he said one of the big problems with Trenton is there not being any property. Going from Trenton back down here to Camden, no property being built, nowhere for kids to play. When we were back in Trenton, his kids were playing on the sidewalk, busy street, trying to play football. We noticed that the ball's still going into the street, but I mean, there's no property for them to play at. But yeah, we're standing in this big field here. This is just a prime example of where there's potential for a play area for kids to just have fun at.
Exactly, like after school, where the kids have to go to? They either go to the streets or they go inside. Or they go with their own little cliques and gangs, and that's where the issue is. Nobody wants to get involved in the community. I don't even think the government's playing a big role, because look at this place.
Because I want to be an athlete, so I take my education seriously so I could get into a good school and hopefully one day go to the NFL.
I also like to go to college, to go to Monmouth, because my favorite football player played Miles Austin. Yeah, I like to go to college and be a football player, play in the NFL.
I would like to go to the NFL and play for the Dallas Cowboys. I like to go to college and become an athlete.
I coach football and also baseball.
Do you feel like that keeps them out of trouble?
I think I touch a lot of them. You know, they still see me on the street and they coach, even the ones I had in previous years. Let them know good work ethics is going to lead you to positive things. So when we're on the field, we're not just learning baseball and football, because I got kids of my own, my sons. So when I'm speaking to the other kids, I feel like they're my sons at the time.
Right.
I'm with them, so I take the same approach. give them the same love, try to tell them what I know.
Cause I coach kids like from age 7 to 13 in football. So you know what I mean, a lot of these kids, you know what I mean, look up to me that I coach and you know what I mean, show me respect when I'm out there and show a lot of people respect. That's one thing football brings you. To be respectful and grow as a man and be responsible. You know what I mean? And a lot of these kids really need that. You know what I mean? I could see even when we just started coaching some of the kids, you could see the way they act and stuff like that. But after a while, they get into it and get into understanding you and respecting you. They start respecting other people more.
During the sport, like you gain a new family when you have a team because you're always there for each other. You're always pushing each other to do better.
So it is hard, but you just gotta focus on your education more because that's the most important thing. Like especially if you want to go to college, because I mean that's what they're looking for, your books and then your athletics.
Black people are expected to be good at sports, so when they grow up to say like I'm gonna be in the NFL or I'm gonna be in the NBA, like they have to set more goals than that because what if you get injured? Anything could happen when you're in sports, anything. So you have to have a backup plan.
But you know you have to have a backup plan, right? Like,
my backup plan is physical therapy.
Or if not, I'll be an actor. I'm a good actor.
And my backup plan is to work at a bank. And if I don't, I want to be like a doctor or something.
Nowadays with background checks, they see a person with a felony, it's a good chance that they won't get a job. My wife, she has a child by somebody else. He did a prison stint. He came home with a good mentality. You know, he's going to come out here, he's going to try to be a prominent member of society. He filled out hundreds of applications. He finally got a job at Walmart, and a week later, he wound up getting let go because of his felony. And right now, as we speak, he's right back in jail because he didn't have any opportunities. So
it forces him back into that life.
Yes, it forces them back into that lifestyle.
There's a lot of people come home from prison, man. That's I mean, they hurting. You know what I'm saying? But they want to do right.
Nowhere to go. They want to do right.
Nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying?
Source of income, nowhere to go.
You know what I'm saying?
Only thing they source they got is
their hand force. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? It's like you put a cat in the corner. You know what I'm saying? The cat gonna scratch you. He's definitely gonna react. So it's like, man, you get out here, you got to do what you. You know what I mean? So the only thing you can tell a child is, man, not to sign up for this, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Never make that mistake because once you sign up, you plugged in forever, man.
Yeah. It ain't no
like,
going
you know what I'm saying?
back.
For real. You all in.
Yeah.
You come home and do right now, you trying to get a job, they don't want to hire you. You wonder why ain't no employees calling you. Because you said yes that you had a felony. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So here's a question for you. You see a kid, he's in school, he's thinking about dealing, right? You know the situation is one strike and you're out. What do you say to that kid? How do you... Is there anything you could say to that kid to convince him to step away from what he's about to do?
I can't speak for the personal individual, that kid or any kid, but I can tell him, look at me, look what happened to me.
That's the only thing
you know, I went to prison, I did this, and this happened, and you ain't gonna get nothing when you come out. You're gonna have to continue selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? And it's not nothing you want to do, because you're gonna be either on the streets, rich, dead, or in prison.
To the young men or the
to the young men.
First things first, to stay in school. I grew up on these streets, and I didn't know the importance of school until it was too late. I'm one of the lucky ones, to be blessed with a good job. But a lot of people aren't going to be as blessed as I am, and a lot of people are going to fall victim to poverty, to the jail systems, and a lot of things else. So I would just, for the young, I would say, stay in school. You try your best, because you only get one life.
What I really would like to preclude is the youths, like the kids that have no guidance. Like I notice you see kids walking around with the pants sagging, and they got no ambition. To me, what it is role models. A lot of them don't have role models.
A lot of the urban communities, they've developed this mentality and this attitude that they underachieve, and I think that that's a mistake.
So we're settling.
Yeah, absolutely, that's right. There are a lot of different things that are available to them, and they need to identify what their interests are and then go for it, But they have to be serious about it. Getting a C is unacceptable. They need to be able to bring the A's and B's or make sure that education is serious for them.
You need the right guidance, like guidance counselors. God set us up. So, okay, what do you want to do? Okay, if you want to do this, this is the kind of school is good for this. Or you want to go ahead and be a doctor, this kind of school good for this. You need to take these kind of courses, get yourself separate, you know what I'm saying? Get yourself ready. Okay, you can't just take these, even though they're not necessary, because you know you got the math, the science, and English and all that's mandatory. Then you had the selected, actually, ones that you might want to take. So instead of just taking like a cooking class or a shop class, take something like a course that's going to matter for what you're going, and you need that. And you got to have that built into the kid. Let them know this is more important than just taking that. Don't just take that.
And don't let your environment bring you down, because we've been out here and I haven't changed. Like, I don't want to be like the other girls that's out here. I don't want to, you know, be in every guy's face, and have kids. Like, if you come out here, don't let your environment take control of you.
I'm a man that did 6.5 years in prison. Came home. Had to go. Me.
Oh, you did? Okay.
You know? Goal was to have a tunnel vision. Focus on what you want in life and go get it. You know what I mean? I'm a store manager. I got my own store. You know? I got 4 kids, 2 cars. I got my wife, my son.
Yeah.
You know? It's hard leaving here.
Yeah.
If you can give one short message out there to all the young people growing up in Camden, living in here, what would it be? You could just tell them to do something.
Well, I would just tell them to continue to, you know, reach for their goals. Continue to reach for, you know, continue to go forward. No matter what obstacles may come in their way, no matter what people might try to tell them, no matter what their family member might try to tell them, you know, friends might try to tell them, their neighbors might tell them, you still, if you want to do it, go ahead and do it, because you can do it. You can do it. You know, it's no limit to what you can do if you just, you know, step out there and say, I want to do it. You have to have that, you know, you have to have that desire, and you have to have that want it. You know, and if you want it, you can make it happen.